And we are getting you the first images of that Pakistani drug boat that was intercepted off the coast of Gujarat. This boat was intercepted after a 48-hour-long operation. This boat was laden, and there you see the first pictures of that boat as it's being brought in to the Gujarat coast. This boat was laden with 232 kilograms of heroin, which is worth over 600 crore rupees in the international market. There were also 3 Thoraya phones, satellite phones, and 2 GPS devices that were recovered from this boat. Also, 8 Pakistani smugglers, 8 Pakistani nationals have also been detained by the Indian Coast Guard. And these are the first pictures of that boat that has been intercepted. Earlier this year, there was a Pakistani terror boat, a similar boat that had blown itself up, and that time there was talk that were there smugglers, but with this intercept, the government has made it very clear that smugglers, when caught by the Coast Guard or the Navy, they give themselves up. Their cargo has also been recovered, but there was something far more sinister in that terror boat that chose to blow itself up and not be apprehended alive. These are the first pictures of that boat that also bring to light the fact how vulnerable India's vast sea coast is to Pakistan-sponsored terror and to smuggling from Pakistan. 232 kilograms of heroin, which is worth almost 600 crore rupees in the international market. According to sources in the government, the National Technical Research Organization was intercepting phone calls of a certain sector where terrorists and smugglers were using a certain frequency, and those phones were intercepted, and that is where the NTRO alerted the Indian Navy and the Coast Guard about suspicious activity. For 48 hours, efforts were made to track this boat. Once this boat was positively identified, an Indian Coast Guard offshore patrol vessel and a faster track craft was sent out. And let's listen in to the Deputy Director General of Coast Guard, Mr. Nautiyal, as he tells us more about this operation. Joining me now with the latest is Headlines Today's Shiv Arur. Shiv, you've been tracking both the terror boat and the smugglers boat very closely. Take us through how significant this entire operation was.
Very significant operation, Gaurav, given how the intelligence alert that emanated on Saturday has finally led to a successful engagement in a joint operation by the Navy as well as the Coast Guard, an operation that lasted about 48 hours from the time the intelligence was provided to the time that the ship was actually, boarded by Coast Guard personnel early on Monday morning. All it took was really 48 hours, which is not very much when it comes, as you know, to maritime operations. It started with a National Technical Research Organization input on Saturday, after which there was an airborne alert when a Indian Navy drone and some aircraft got airborne to actually survey the location where this particular suspicious Pakistan boat was. They found it, and just a few hours later, a joint sea operation with ships from the Navy and the Coast Guard hunted down this boat. They were able to make it surrender. Coast Guard personnel boarded it, and as you can see in these pictures, this is that Pakistani boat now being towed back to the Porbandar coast. We've had access to it. Our correspondent Amrita is sending us these pictures. She's among the first journalists to be there with the Coast Guard and the Navy to get us these exclusive pictures of that particular ship coming back. We already a short while ago had put out pictures of what was on that ship. 232 kilograms of heroin worth about 600 crore rupees in the world market, some satellite phones, some GPS devices. Investigations are going to continue now, because as we see, these pictures are the very latest coming in from Porbandar, Gaurav, and they give you a sense of how long it's actually taken to bring that particular ship back home. The Ministry of Defence press release that came out earlier today said that this boat was found in international waters. It was intercepted in international waters, so there may be some jurisdictional issues as well, but the intelligence was very clear about the suspicious nature of this particular boat, and obviously the cargo has confirmed that it was really up to no good. So now it's going to be up to the investigators in the Navy, raw officials, of course, will also be involved, given that this is an adversary nation to whom these nationals belong to, and therefore that investigation will continue.
Shiv, do we know how is this operation different from the operation that was undertaken for the terror boat?